Market structure, simplified explanation. 1. Introduction to market. A market is where goods and services are bought and sold. In economics, a market is not just a physical place, but a system where buyers and sellers interact to exchange goods and services. Prof. R. Chapman. A market is not just a place. It includes a commodity and all the buyers and sellers competing for it. Corno. A market is any region where buyers and sellers communicate freely, leading to uniform prices. Example, imagine an online shopping website like Amazon. It connects buyers and sellers across different locations, making it a market even though there's no physical shop. 2. Market structure. Market structure refers to how industries serving the market are organized. It defines the level of competition and the characteristics of different markets. It influences how firms behave and perform in the industry. Example, a mobile phone market can have many brands, Samsung, Apple, Xiaomi, competing, or just one brand controlling everything. The way they compete defines the market structure. Short trick to remember: SIMPS, structure of industry; I, interaction of buyers and sellers; M, magnitude of competition; P, performance of firms. This trick helps you recall the key aspects of market structure. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Determinants of market structure, simplified explanation. Market structure is decided by 5 key factors that influence competition and the number of buyers and sellers in the market. 1. Number and nature of sellers. More sellers equals more competition, perfect competition. One seller, monopoly, e.g. Indian Railways. 2 sellers equals duopoly, e.g. Boeing and Airbus in aircraft manufacturing. Few sellers equals oligopoly, e.g. Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Many sellers with unique products equals monopolistic competition, e.g. clothing brands. 2. Number and nature of buyers. One powerful buyer equals monopsony, e.g. government buying defense equipment. 2 buyers equals duopsony, e.g. 2 big companies hiring IT talent. Few buyers equals oligopsony, supermarkets buying farm products. 3. Nature of product. Identical products, perfect competition, e.g. wheat, rice. Slightly different products equals monopolistic competition, e.g. toothpaste brands. Unique product, no substitute, monopoly, patented medicines. 4. Entry and exit conditions. Easy entry and exit equals perfect competition, e.g. small businesses. Difficult entry due to high cost, oligopoly, monopoly, e.g. car manufacturing, telecom industry. 5. Economies of scale. Big firms produce more at lower cost and dominate the market. If one firm dominates equals monopoly, e.g. Google and search engines. If few firms dominate equals oligopoly, e.g. airlines industry. Short trick to remember: SPEEN, S, sellers; product nature, E, entry and exit; E, economies of scale, number of buyers. This will help you recall the 5 determinants of market structure quickly. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Basis of market classification, simplified explanation. Markets can be classified based on different factors. These classifications help in analyzing decision-making in business and economics. 1. On the basis of area. Markets are divided based on geographical reach. Local market, small area, e.g. vegetable market in a town. Regional market covers a bigger area, e.g. South India textile market. National market covers an entire country, e.g. Indian stock market. International market, trade across countries, e.g. oil market. 2. On the basis of nature of transactions. Spot market, immediate buying and selling, e.g. buying fruits from a shop. Future market, buying now for delivery later, e.g. gold futures. 3. On the basis of volume of business. Wholesale market, large quantity buying and selling, e.g. Metro Cash and Carry. Retail market, small quantity sales to consumers, e.g. local grocery store. 4. On the basis of commodities and services. Commodity market, buying and selling goods, e.g. gold, grains. Factor market, deals with resources like land, labor, and capital, e.g. job market. 5. On the basis of time. Very short period market, no time for production, only existing stock is sold, e.g. fish market. Short period market, limited time for production, e.g. seasonal fruits. Long period market, enough time for companies to adjust production, e.g. car industry. Very long period market, changes in technology and demand over time, e.g. evolution of mobile phones. 6. On the basis of status of sellers. Primary market, direct selling by producers, e.g. farmers selling crops. Secondary market, resale of goods, e.g. share market. Terminal market, final point where goods reach consumers, e.g. export hubs. 7. On the basis of legality. Open market, legal and regulated business, e.g. shopping malls. Black market, illegal buying and selling, e.g. smuggled goods. 8. On the basis of nature of competition. Competition in a market depends on 3 factors. Substitution factor, how easily a product can be replaced by another, e.g. tea versus coffee. Interdependence factor, how firms react to competitors' decisions, e.g. Pepsi versus Coca-Cola. Easy entry factor, how easily new companies can enter the market, e.g. startups in e-commerce. Short trick to remember, antihi SVL, A area N, nature of transactions, T time interdependence, competition, C commodities and services, status of sellers, V volume of business, L legality. This trick will help you recall the 8 bases of market classification quickly. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Different market structures, simplified explanation. Market structures depend on competition levels. There are 2 main types. 1. Perfect competition, ideal market. Many sellers and buyers. Same, homogeneous product is sold. No single seller can control the price. Example, vegetable markets. Many sellers sell the same vegetables, and no one can control the price alone. 2. Imperfect competition, real-world markets. Imperfect markets do not follow perfect competition rules. There are different types. I. Monopolistic competition. Many sellers, but they sell slightly different products. Sellers try to attract customers through branding and quality. Example, toothpaste brands, Colgate, Pepsodent, Close-Up, all similar but different in branding. Monopoly, single seller, many buyers. No competition, so the seller controls the price. High entry barriers, hard for new businesses to enter. Example, Indian Railways, no competitor in train services. Oligopoly, few sellers, many buyers. Companies watch each other's prices and react. Example, mobile networks, Airtel, Jio, and Vi control the market. IV, duopoly, only 2 companies dominate the market. A type of oligopoly where 2 firms set prices and control the market. Airbus and Boeing dominate airplane manufacturing. Short trick to remember, Pomodu, perfect competition, oligopoly, monopolistic competition, monopoly, duopoly. This trick will help you recall the different market structures easily. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Summary of market structures, simplified explanation. This table compares 4 major market structures based on different characteristics. Feature, perfect competition, monopolistic competition, oligopoly. This table compares 4 major market structures, number of firms, many, but product variety, few, nature of product, homogeneous, unique, slightly different, similar or different. 3 entry of firms, free, no entry, difficult, barriers exist. 4 monopoly power, none, 0 power. Full, limited. 5 price control, no control. Full control, price maker. Some control, 6 market knowledge, complete. Incomplete, restricted. 7 demand elasticity, perfectly elastic, less elastic, less elastic. 8 AR and MR, equal, different. 9 selling cost, no cost. Small cost, high cost, ads, branding. Short trick to remember, POMO perfect competition, O oligopoly, MO monopolistic competition, O monopoly. This trick will help you recall the different market structures easily. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Perfect competition, simplified explanation. Meaning of perfect competition. A perfectly competitive market is a market where many buyers and sellers are present. Same homogeneous products are sold by all sellers. Full market knowledge, buyers and sellers know prices and products. No single seller can control the price. Price is set by the market. Example: a fruit and vegetable market is a perfect competition example. If one seller increases the price of apples, buyers will move to another seller since all sell the same product. Definitions: perfect competition means zero rivalry among firms. R.G. Lipsey: perfect competition means firms are price takers and anyone can enter or exit the market freely. Short trick to remember: F, freedom of entry and exit. Price taker firms. E, equal market knowledge. Products are identicals. This trick will help you recall the key features of perfect competition quickly. Characteristics of perfect competition simplified. Key features of perfect competition. 1. Many buyers and sellers. No single seller or buyer can control the market price. Example: a tea stall in a busy market. One seller doesn't affect overall tea prices. 2. Same homogeneous products. All sellers sell identical goods, so no brand preference. Example: salt, wheat, rice. They look and taste the same no matter where you buy. 3. Free entry and exit. New businesses can enter if profits are high, and leave if losses occur. Example: if selling wheat is profitable, more farmers will grow and sell wheat. 4. Full market knowledge. Buyers and sellers know all prices and market conditions. Example: if one shop sells apples at 50 kilograms, buyers know it's the same price elsewhere. 5. No transport costs. It is assumed that transportation is free, keeping prices uniform. Example: if wheat prices are 43 kilograms everywhere, no extra cost is needed for delivery. 6. Easy movement of resources. Labor and raw materials can shift from one business to another as needed. Example: if demand for wheat rises, more land and workers move to wheat farming. 7. No artificial restrictions. No government or monopoly interference. Buyers and sellers are free to trade. Example: no special licenses or fees required to sell wheat in a market. 8. No advertising costs. Since products are identical, no need for ads or marketing. Example: you don't see ads for basic salt brands because all salts are the same. Short trick to remember: MHFKTMNN. Many buyers and sellers. Homogeneous products. Free entry and exit. K, knowledge of the market. Perfect. Transport costs. None. Mobility of factors. Easy. N, no restrictions. No selling costs. This trick will help you quickly recall the features of perfect competition. Assumptions of perfect competition simplified. These are the basic conditions we assume in a perfect competition market. 1. Free entry and exit. Any firm can enter or leave the market anytime. Example: if selling wheat is profitable, new farmers start growing it. If losses occur, they stop. 2. Same efficiency for all firms. Every business operates with the same skill and efficiency. Example: no single wheat farmer is more productive than the other. All have the same output level. 3. Same cost for production inputs. Land, labor, and raw materials are available at the same price for all. Example: if one farmer buys seeds at 50 kilograms, all farmers get the same price. 4. Same cost structure for firms. All businesses have identical cost curves. Example: no company has an advantage due to lower rent, labor costs, or input prices. 5. Same technology and equipment. Every firm uses the same tools and methods for production. Example: if one farmer uses a tractor, all farmers have access to the same kind of tractor. Perfect market knowledge. Buyers and sellers know everything about prices and output. Example: if wheat is 40 kilograms in one shop, everyone knows it's the same price everywhere else. Short trick to remember: F cost. F, free entry and exit. Cost of production is uniform. Output knowledge is perfect. S, same efficiency of firms. Technology is identical. This trick will help you quickly recall the assumptions of perfect competition. Let me know if you need further simplification. Advantages of perfect competition simplified. Perfect competition has several benefits for consumers and businesses. 1. Consumer is king. Consumer sovereignty. Consumers have complete control and full knowledge of prices. Example, if one shop sells milk for 30 liter and another for 25 liter, buyers will choose the cheaper one. 2. Best prices for consumers. Prices remain low as firms compete to sell at the minimum cost. Example, in a market with many vegetable sellers, prices stay affordable since no one can overcharge. 3. No unnecessary costs, cost saving. Companies don't waste money on ads because all products are the same. Example, no need for big advertising for wheat, salt, or sugar as customers buy based on price. 4. Maximum efficiency. Firms use resources effectively, avoiding waste and ensuring optimal production. Example, if a factory can make 1,000 units efficiently, it won't produce 1,200 and let 200 go to waste. Hack short trick to remember. C. Ben. C. Consumer sovereignty. B. Best prices for consumers. E. Economic efficiency. N. No unnecessary costs. This trick will help you recall the advantages of perfect competition quickly. Let me know if you need further simplification. Disadvantages of perfect competition simplified. Perfect competition has some drawbacks that make it impractical in the real world. 1. No large-scale production, no economies of scale. Many small firms produce in small quantities, so they cannot reduce costs by mass production. Example, a small bakery cannot produce bread as cheaply as a big factory. 2. All products look the same. Homogeneous products. Consumers don't get variety, making the market boring. Example, imagine if all mobile phones looked and worked exactly the same. 3. Low profits. Companies don't make extra profits, so they don't invest in new research. Example, medicine companies need profits to create new drugs, but perfect competition limits this. 4. No innovation, free flow of technology. Any new technology gets copied immediately since there are no patents. Example, a company invents a fuel-efficient engine, but other firms copy it so no one earns extra profit. Government is needed. Externalities. Some industries need government rules to manage pollution, health, and safety. Example, without rules, factories might pollute water and air. Short trick to remember, NHILE. No economies of scale. Homogeneous products. Insufficient profits. Lack of innovation. Externalities needs government. This trick will help you recall the disadvantages of perfect competition quickly. Let me know if you need more help. Pricing in perfect competition simplified. In a perfect competition market, many buyers and sellers exist, and no single seller can set the price. The market price is decided by demand and supply forces. Key points to remember. 1. Market decides the price. Sellers cannot set their own prices. They must accept the market price. Example, in a vegetable market, if all vendors sell tomatoes at 50 kilograms, one seller cannot charge 70 kilograms. 2. Demand and supply intersection equals equilibrium price. Market demand equals total demand of all consumers. Market supply equals total supply from all sellers. Where they meet, equilibrium price, price is fixed. 3. If demand increases, price increases. More people want a product, price goes up. Example, if more people start buying gold, its price increases. 4. If supply increases, price decreases. More products available, price goes down. Example, if farmers produce a lot of onions, the price drops. Elastic versus inelastic supply curve. Elastic supply, flat curve. Price changes small, but sales increase a lot. Inelastic supply, steep curve. Price changes large, but sales increase less. 6. Both demand and supply increase, sales go up, but price may not change. 7. If demand increases and supply decreases, price goes up, sales may increase, decrease. Short trick to remember. PDISP, price is market decided D. Demand-supply intersection equals equilibrium. I. If demand increases, price increases. If supply increases, price decreases. Price change depends on elasticity. This trick will help you recall how pricing works in perfect competition quickly. Let me know if you need more help. Firm's equilibrium in perfect competition simplified. A firm reaches equilibrium when it maximizes profit and has no incentive to change production. Key conditions for equilibrium. 1. MR equals MC, marginal revenues, marginal cost. A firm produces until the revenue from selling one extra unit, MR, equals the cost of making it, MC. If MR, MC, firm should produce more to earn extra profit. If MR, MC, firm should produce less to avoid losses. Example, a bakery sells cakes at 100 each. If making one more cake costs 80 MC, the bakery should produce more. But if it costs 120 MC, they should stop. 2. MC curve must cut MR curve from below. The MC curve must be rising when it meets MR. If MC is falling, the firm is not at equilibrium and can still adjust production. Short trick to remember. MR equals MC for profit maximization. MC must rise when it meets MR. This helps in quickly recalling how a firm decides its equilibrium in perfect competition. Let me know if you need more clarification. Price determination and firm's equilibrium in the short run simplified. A firm in perfect competition is a price taker, meaning it cannot set its own price. The market determines the price, and the firm must accept it. Types of profits in short run. 1. Supernormal, abnormal, profit. When average revenue, AR, average cost, AC, firm makes extra profit. Example, a bakery sells cakes for 100 AR, but the cost to make one is 80 AC. Profit equals 20 per cake. 2. Losses. AC, the firm loses money, but still operates if it can cover variable costs. Example, a restaurant sells a dish for 100, but total cost is 120. Loss equals 20 per dish. But if it covers ingredient costs, variable cost, it continues. 3. Break even. When AR equals AC, the firm earns just enough to cover costs, making zero economic profit. Example, a shop sells a pen for 10 and the cost to make it is also 10. No profit, no loss. 4. Shutdown condition. If AR AVC average variable cost, the firm must stop production. Example, a factory produces toys at 50 per unit, AVC, but market price is 40. It shuts down to avoid bigger losses. SBL est. Break-even profit, AR equals AC, AR AC, but AVC. S shutdown, AR AVC. This helps in quickly recalling profit situations in the short run. Let me know if you need further clarification. Price determination and firm's equilibrium in the long run simplified. In the long run, firms in a perfectly competitive market can enter or exit freely based on profitability. Key points. 1. Firms making losses exit. Inefficient firms, those making losses, shut down or improve efficiency. Example, a small bakery with high costs struggles to compete. If it can't reduce costs, it closes down. 2. New firms enter profitable markets. When firms earn high profits, new firms enter the market. More supply lowers prices until all firms just break even, no supernormal profit. Example, if a coffee shop earns huge profits, many new coffee shops open, increasing supply and reducing prices. 3. Break-even point in long run. Eventually, all firms earn only normal profit, zero economic profit. AR equals AC, average revenue was average cost, no profit, no loss. Graphically, MR LMC equals LAC equals price, figure 5.8. Final condition for long-run equilibrium. MR equals LMC equals LAC equal price. All firms earn only normal profit. No firm can make abnormal profit or loss. Short trick to remember. ELB, exit of inefficient firms, losses, shutdown. L, lowering prices due to new firms, entry, more supply. B, break-even point. AR equal AC, no profit, no loss. This helps in quickly recalling how firms reach equilibrium in the long run. Let me know if you need further clarification. Price determination, industry equilibrium in the short run. In the short run, an industry is in equilibrium when the total output remains stable, meaning no firm is expanding or contracting production. Some firms may earn supernormal profits, while others may face losses. Key points. 1. Industry equilibriums, all firms in equilibrium. A market is in short-run equilibrium when all firms are in equilibrium. No firm wants to change output. Example, if multiple bakeries in a city decide to keep producing the same amount of bread, the market is stable. 2. Short-run profit or loss. Some firms may earn supernormal profits if their costs are lower than the market price. Some firms incur losses if their costs are higher than the market price. Example: a bakery with cheap rent makes more profit, while another with high rent may struggle. 3. Market clears at equilibrium price. Demand equals supply, the price at which all goods are sold in the market. This is shown in Figure 5.9, where Panel 1, industry equilibrium at E, demand equals supply. Panel 2, firms earning supernormal profits, P(est). Panel 3, firms making losses, FG2P. Mathematical condition for industry equilibrium, SMC equals MR equals SAC. Short-run marginal cost, marginal revenue equals average revenue equals short-run average cost. Short trick to remember, EPL, E, equilibrium, stable output, no expansion or contraction. P, profit or loss, some firms gain, some lose. Level price, market clears where demand equals supply. This trick will help you recall how an industry reaches equilibrium in the short run. Let me know if you need more clarification. Determination and industry equilibrium in the long run, simplified. In a perfectly competitive industry, long-run equilibrium occurs when all firms produce at an optimal level where LMC equals LMR, long-run marginal cost equals long-run marginal revenue. No firm earns supernormal profit or loss, only normal profit. No new firms enter, and no existing firms exit. Key conditions for long-run industry equilibrium. 1. Firms produce at equilibrium output. Each firm produces at a level where LMC equals LMR, meaning no incentive to change output. Example: a shoe factory will produce only until the extra cost of making one more pair equals the extra revenue earned from selling it. 2. Fixed number of firms. No new firms enter, and no firms exit once equilibrium is reached. If firms earn excess profit, new firms enter, increasing supply and reducing profit to normal levels. If firms face losses, some firms exit, reducing supply until remaining firms break even. 3. Market clears at equilibrium price. Total market supply equals total market demand at the long-run equilibrium price, OP in Figure 5.10. Example: if 10,000 shoes are demanded in the market, firms will produce exactly 10,000 shoes. 4. All firms earn only normal profit. Firms operate at the minimum point of LIC, long-run average cost. No firm can sustain long-term losses. Inefficient firms exit. Final condition for long-run equilibrium, price equal AR equals LMR equal LIC. All firms earn normal profit, no loss, no supernormal profit, stable number of firms, stable market supply. Short trick to remember, FMPN, F. Firms produce at equilibrium output, LMC equal LMR. M, market clears at equilibrium price. P, profits are normal, no loss, no supernormal profit. N, no firm enters or exits. This trick will help you quickly recall how an industry reaches equilibrium in the long run. Let me know if you need more clarification. Difference between perfect and imperfect competition. Key differences. Basis. Perfect competition. One product. Same homogeneous product for all firms. Different differentiated products. Price, same price for everyone. Prices vary for different sellers. Through entry of firms, any firm can freely enter or exit. Entry is restricted due to barriers like brand power, licenses, etc. Market knowledge, buyers and sellers have full information about the market. Buyers and sellers have limited knowledge. 5. Mobility. Resources, workers, machines, etc. can move freely. Resources cannot move easily due to contracts, high costs, etc. Price control. No single firm can control the price. Firms can influence prices. Transport cost. No transportation cost is considered. Transport cost exists and affects pricing. Example to understand. Perfect competition. Vegetable market. All vendors sell the same product, tomatoes, onions, etc., at the same price. Buyers have full market knowledge and can choose any seller. Imperfect competition. Mobile phone market. Apple, Samsung, and OnePlus sell different models, set their own prices, And buyers don't have full market knowledge about all alternatives. Short trick to remember, PEMIT, PE, product, same versus different. E, entry, free versus restricted. M, market knowledge, full versus limited. I, immobility, easy versus difficult. T, transport cost, none versus exists. Price control, none versus exists. Total price, same versus different. This will help you easily recall the key differences between perfect and imperfect competition in exams. Let me know if you need further clarification. Difference between perfect competition and pure competition, simplified. Key differences: perfect competition, pure competition. 1, realistic, not realistic, rare in real life. More practical, exists in some industries. 2, monopoly element, has some monopoly elements like brand influence, no monopoly influence at all. Restriction level, more restrictive, has extra conditions. Less restrictive, fewer conditions. 4, relationship, a broader version of pure competition, a specific type of perfect competition. Example to understand. Perfect competition, wheat market. Farmers sell identical wheat at the same price, but branding can slightly affect sales. Pure competition, stock market, no brand, no influence, just buying and selling purely based on market demand. Short trick to remember. RMRV, realistic, not versus yes. M, monopoly, some versus none. R, restriction, more versus less. V, version, broader versus specific. This helps you recall the differences quickly. Let me know if you need further simplification. Monopolistic competition, simplified meaning. It is a market structure where many firms sell similar but not identical products. Firms compete with each other, but their products have some unique features, brand, quality, etc. Key points. Not perfect competition. Many sellers exist, but each one has a slightly different product. No control over market. One seller cannot control the entire market price. Close substitutes. Products are not identical, but similar enough to compete. Definitions. J.S. Baines. Market structure where many small sellers sell differentiated but close substitute products. Baumol. Firms have monopoly over their own product, but still face strong competition from substitute products. Examples. Fast food. McDonald's, Burger King, KFC all sell burgers, but each brand is different. Toothpaste. Colgate, Pepsodent, Sensodyne, different brands but serve the same need. Short trick to remember. N, not perfect. Competition exists, but not fully perfect. C, close substitutes. Products are different but similar. D, differentiation. Each firm has a unique feature. This will help you recall the concept easily. Let me know if you need further simplification. Features of monopolistic competition, simplified. 1, large number of sellers. Many sellers exist, but each has a small market share. Products are not perfect substitutes, but similar. Example, many brands sell soaps, Dove, Lux, Peers, but each has different ingredients and branding. 2, product differentiation. Firms differentiate products using branding, packaging, and advertising. Customers develop loyalty to specific brands. Example, Nike and Adidas sell sports shoes, but branding makes them unique. 3, freedom of entry and exit. New firms can enter the market easily. Existing firms can exit if they face losses. Example, a new bakery can start easily, but if it doesn't succeed, it can shut down without much restriction. Independent behavior. Each firm makes its own decisions on pricing and production. No single firm can control the entire market. Example, if Pepsi reduces its price, Coca-Cola may not always follow. 5, product groups, not industry. Unlike perfect competition, there is no single industry. Instead, there are groups of similar products. Example, different car brands, Honda, Toyota, Ford, form a product group but not a single industry. 6, selling costs. Firms spend on advertising, promotions, and customer incentives to boost sales. Includes TV ads, discounts, free samples, and premium gifts. Example, Domino's gives buy one get one free to attract customers. 7. Non-price competition. Firms increase sales without reducing prices. Instead, they focus on better quality, packaging, and promotional offers. Example, iPhone prices remain high, but Apple attracts customers with better cameras and unique designs. 8. Control over price. Firms have some control over pricing. Prices are often set by the firm itself, administered price. Example, a high-end restaurant decides its menu prices without being forced by competitors. Short trick to remember, LPF is SNC, L large sellers, many sellers but small market share. Product differentiation, branding, adds loyalty. F, freedom of entry-exit, easy to start and exit. I, independent behavior, each firm makes its own decisions. Selling costs, ads, discounts, free samples. N, non-price competition, quality, packaging, promotions. C, control over price, firms decide their prices. LPF is SNC. This trick will help you recall all features quickly. Let me know if you need further simplification. Advantages of monopolistic competition. Simplifying. Easy market entry and competition. No strong barriers to entry, so new firms can easily enter. Prevents any single firm from becoming a monopoly and exploiting consumers. Example, new clothing brands can enter the market despite existing big brands. 2. More consumer choices. Firms differentiate their products to stand out from competitors. Consumers get more options instead of a single generic product. Example, toothpaste comes in different flavors and benefits. Colgate, Sensodyne, Pepsodent. 3. Better quality products. Firms improve quality to attract and retain customers. Branding builds trust and reliability among consumers. Example, Apple focuses on premium quality to maintain its brand image. 4. Informed consumers. Advertising and marketing help consumers understand product differences. Consumers learn more about product features and benefits. Example, smartphone ads highlight camera quality, battery life, and speed, helping customers choose. Cha-cha. Short trick to remember. Easy entry. No barriers, more competition. C. Consumer choices. More product variety. Q. Quality improvement. Firms improve products. I. Ads help consumers make decisions. ECQI. This trick will help you quickly recall the advantages. Let me know if you need further simplification. Price determination and equilibrium in monopolistic competition. Simplified. 1. Firms set their own prices. Since products are differentiated, firms can decide their own prices. Example, different shampoo brands charge different prices based on ingredients and branding, Pantene versus Dove. 2. Demand curve is downward sloping. Price and demand are inversely related. If price increases, demand decreases. If a product is less unique, demand is more elastic. People can switch easily. Example, if one coffee shop raises prices, customers may switch to another nearby. Conditions for equilibrium, profit maximization. A firm reaches equilibrium, best profit point, when 1. Marginal cost, MC, equals marginal revenue, MR. Cost of producing one extra unit equals extra revenue earned from it. Example, if making one extra burger costs 10 and earns 10, it's in balance. 2. MC curve cuts MR curve from below, ensures profit maximization, not loss. Example, if MC curve cuts MR from above, profits would decline after that point. Short trick to remember. DPM, D, downward demand curve. Price, demand. Price maker, firms decide prices. Elasticity in competition. More unique, less elastic. M, MC equals MR rule, profit maximization. Use this trick to recall the key points easily. Let me know if you need further simplification. Short-run equilibrium in monopolistic competition. Simple key assumptions. 1. Many independent sellers, each has some control over price. 2. Each seller's product is slightly different. Brand loyalty exists. 3. Firm faces an elastic demand curve, AR curve. 4. Factors of production are available in the market. 5. Cost curves vary for each firm. 6. New firms cannot enter in the short run. How firms decide price and output in short run? Firms set a price where marginal cost MC equals marginal revenue MR to maximize profit or minimize loss. There are 3 possible outcomes. 1. Supernormal profit, high profit situation. When a firm charges a price higher than its costs, it earns extra profit, supernormal profit. Graph insight at point E, MC equals MR and the profit area is PABC. Example, a famous clothing brand can charge a high price because of strand recognition. 2. Normal profit, break-even point. If price covers the total cost, including normal returns, the firm earns normal profit. Graph insight. Demand curve touches SAC, short-run average cost, at point A. Example, a local restaurant covering rent, wages, and raw material costs but not making excess profit. Graphs 3 minimum loss shutdown decision. If price only covers the variable cost, but not the full cost, the firm faces loss. If price equals AVC, average variable cost, the firm continues operations hoping for better conditions. If price drops below AVC, it shuts down. Example, a small bakery struggling with high ingredient costs, but staying open to recover in the long run. Short trick to remember, SPN, supernormal profit, high profit, price cost. P, profit, normal, break even, price equals cost. N, no profit, minimum loss, loss but can continue, press VC. SPN, super profits never last, easy way to recall. Let me know if you need further clarification. Long-run equilibrium in monopolistic competition, simplified. Key concept, no supernormal profits in the long run. In the long run, firms can enter or exit the market freely. If firms earn supernormal profit in the short run, new firms will enter. As new firms enter, demand for each firm's product reduces. Customers have more choices. Profits gradually decrease until only normal profit remains. If firms face losses, they exit, reducing competition and restoring normal profit. How long-run equilibrium works. A firm is in equilibrium when 1. LMC equal MR, long-run marginal cost, marginal revenue. 2. LMC cuts MR from below. 3. LA, long-run average cost, is tangent to the demand curve, DAR at point A. At this point, price QL, meaning firms only earn normal profit. No incentive for firms to enter or exit the industry. Example. Imagine a popular cafe making high profits. Seeing this, new cafes open nearby. Customers now have more options, reducing demand for the first cafe. Gradually, all cafes earn just enough to cover costs, normal profit. If some cafes start making losses, they shut down, restoring balance. Short trick to remember. LEN, long-run entry and exit. Firms enter if profits exist, exit if losses occur. Equilibrium at normal profit, only normal profit remains. N, no more supernormal profit, competition eliminates excess profit. Long equilibrium normal, easy to recall. Let me know if you need further clarification. Selling costs in monopolistic competition, simplified. What are selling costs? Selling costs are expenses made to promote a product and increase its sales. This includes advertising, TV, online, billboards, etc. Publicity, social media, news, etc. Sales promotions, discounts, free samples, etc. Salesmen and commissions to retailers. Example, Coca-Cola and Pepsi spend millions on ads to attract customers, even though both sell similar drinks. Selling costs in different market structures. 1. Perfect competition. No selling costs. Products are identical, so advertising is unnecessary. Example, farmers selling rice don't need ads. Buyers will buy from any seller. 2. Monopoly. Limited selling costs. Since only one seller exists, they spend little on ads, just enough to inform people about their product. Example, Indian Railways doesn't advertise much because it has no competition. 3. Monopolistic competition. High selling costs, many sellers, similar but differentiated products. Heavy advertising is needed. Example, fast food chains, McDonald's, KFC, Domino's. Advertise to stand out. Why are selling costs important? Attracts customers in a competitive market. Creates brand loyalty. People buy from a preferred seller. Increases demand for the product. But Selling costs don't improve product quality, only increase sales. Definitions, keep for exams. Robert Awe. Selling costs include all expenses incurred to increase the demand for goods. Chamberlain. Selling costs are costs incurred to alter the demand curve position or shape. Myers. Selling costs persuade buyers to choose one product over another. Short trick to remember. APS, advertising, ads publicity, sales promotion. Persuasion, convince buyers to choose your product. Sales demand, boost sales. APS, ads promote sales, easy to recall. Let me know if you need further clarification. Selling costs simplified. Selling costs are expenses made to promote a product and increase its sales. But these costs depend on certain assumptions in a market. Two key assumptions. 1. Buyer preferences change. Customers change their choices over time based on trends, needs, and tastes. Example, earlier people preferred keypad phones, now they want smartphones. Selling costs help businesses adapt to these changes. 2. Buyers lack full knowledge. Customers don't always know all available products in the market. Example, a new soft drink brand needs ads because people already know Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Selling costs, advertising, promotions help spread awareness about new products. Why are selling costs important? Helps change customer perception about a product. Creates brand awareness and attracts new buyers. Helps businesses stay competitive in a changing market. Short trick to remember. CBI, change in preferences, customer taste shift. B, buyers' lack of knowledge. People don't know all products. I, influencing customers. Ads and promotions create demand. CBI, customers buy with information. Easy to recall. Average selling cost simplified. What is average selling cost? It refers to the cost spent on advertising and promotion per unit of product sold. Formula: average selling cost fracts total selling cost, total output units sold. Chamberlain's view, U-shaped curve. At first, selling cost per unit falls. When a company starts advertising, sales increase more than the cost. Example, a new smartphone brand spends 10 lakh on ads and sells 10,000 units. Cost per unit equals 100 hundredges. After a point, selling cost per unit rises. Beyond a limit, more spending on ads does not increase sales much. Example, if the same brand increases ad spending to 20 lakh but sells only 15,000 units, cost per unit equals 133.33. Reason: law of diminishing returns. Just like adding more workers does not always increase production, extra advertising has a limit on boosting sales. After a certain point, spending more on ads increases cost per unit. Unit selling cost decreases, sales increase more than costs. Later, per unit selling cost increases, costs rise faster than sales. Follows a U-shaped curve, first falls, then rises. Short trick to remember. Sales increase more initially, cost per unit fall. A, ads have limits, diminishing returns set in. Demand growth slows, cost per unit rises. SAD, selling ads diminish. Easy to recall. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Effective selling cost on demand curve simplified. What happens when firms spend effective selling cost on demand curve simplified? What happens when firms spend on selling costs? Firms spend money on advertising and promotions to attract more customers. This increases demand for their product, shifting the demand curve to the right, higher sales. Example, a company starts advertising a new chocolate brand, more people buy it, demand curve shifts right. Two effects on elasticity of demand. If customers believe the product is superior, demand is inelastic, less price sensitive. Even if the price increases, customers continue buying. Example, Apple iPhone users still buy even if prices rise. If customers are attracted by ads but still care about price, demand is elastic, more price sensitive. If the price increases too much, customers stop buying. Example, if a budget smartphone brand raises prices, customers may switch to another brand. More advertising equals more demand. Rightward shift in demand curve. If customers trust the product, demand becomes inelastic. If customers care about price, demand stays elastic. Short trick to remember. A. Advertising increases demand. I. Inelastic demand if customers trust the product. Demand curve shifts right. Ads influence demand. Easy to recall. Difference between monopolistic and perfect competition, simplified. 1. Number of firms. Monopolistic competition. Many firms, but fewer than in perfect competition. Perfect competition. Large number of firms. Example, clothing brands, Nike, Adidas, versus farmers selling wheat. Many sellers, same product. Nature of product. Monopolistic, product differentiation. Brands create unique features. Perfect, homogeneous products. Identical, no difference. Example, fast food, McDonald's versus KFC versus rice, same everywhere. Price control, taker or maker. Monopolistic, price maker, controls price. Perfect, price taker, market sets price, firms follow. Example, Apple sets iPhone price, but a potato seller must accept the market rate. For MR and AR, marginal and average revenue. Monopolistic, MR-AR, both slopes downward. Perfect, MR equals AR, straight parallel to x-axis. Example, in monopolistic, selling more reduces price, so MR falls below AR. #5, mobility of factors, labor, capital, etc. Monopolistic, not perfectly mobile, barriers exist. Perfect, perfect mobility, resources move freely. Example, a restaurant owner may not easily shift to car manufacturing, but a wheat farmer can grow another crop. 6, MC curve, marginal cost and price. Monopolistic, MC, AR, price. Perfect, MC equals AR. 7, selling costs. Advertising, promotions, etc. Monopolistic, high selling costs, ads, branding. Perfect, no selling costs, products are the same. Example, Nike spends millions on ads, but wheat farmers don't need advertising. 8, production level. Monopolistic, below optimum scale, firms do not use resources 100%. Perfect, optimum scale, efficient use of resources. Example, local bakeries don't always produce at full capacity, but large wheat farms do. Short trick to remember, NPPM SMP, nature, price, production, mobility, selling cost, MRAR, production level. New players promote many smart products. This phrase helps recall the main differences. Monopoly, simplified explanation. 1. Meaning of monopoly. Monopoly equals single seller, no competitors, high entry barriers. No close substitute, the product is unique. Seller controls price, but demand depends on customers. If price is high, fewer people buy. Example, Indian Railways, only one provider for long-distance train services. 2 key definitions. De Salvatore. Monopoly is a market where a single firm sells a product with no close substitutes. Ferguson and Krebs. A pure monopoly exists when only one firm sells a product, no competitors. Monopoly is a market where there is one seller, no close substitutes, and barriers to entry. Short trick to remember. 1. Only no substitutes. Entry barriers. So, monopoly 1, only seller, no substitutes, entry barriers. Let me know if you need further clarification. Features of monopoly, simplified. 1. Single seller. Only one seller. The company or government is the sole provider of the product service. No close substitute. Customers have no alternative choices. Example, Indian Railways, no private long-distance train competitors. Crash 2, restricted entry. New firms cannot enter easily due to government licenses, e.g. electricity supply, patents and copyrights, e.g. a new medicine by a pharma company, high startup costs, e.g. setting up an airline. 3, only one type of product, no close substitutes. Example, railways, no exact alternative for bulk transportation. 4. Full control over price. Monopolist decides the price. No competition, so they set the price. Example, a medicine under patent, no other company can make it. 5. Price discrimination. Different prices for different buyers, based on ability to pay. Example, airlines charge different prices for economy and business class. 6 mergers expansion. Single entity controls market. More chances of mergers, joining companies. Example, telecom companies merging to create a dominant provider. 7. Price elasticity. If price increases, demand changes, but less competition means fewer choices for buyers. Lack of innovation. No competition, less motivation to improve. Example, government offices with no private competitors may not improve services. 9. Lack of competition. No market rivalry. Customers have no choice but to buy from the monopoly firm. Example, if only one company sells water, people must buy from them. Short trick to remember. Simple pill. Single seller. Innovation lacking. Mergers happen. P. Price control. L. Lack of competition. E. Entry restricted. P. Price discrimination. Identical product. Less elastic demand. So monopoly equals simple pill. Let me know if you need more clarifications. Advantages of monopoly. 1. Research and development, R&D. Monopoly firms make high profits, which they use to invest in new technologies and better products. Example, telecom and pharma companies use profits for 5G networks or new medicines. 2. Economies of scale. Big companies produce at a lower cost per unit because of mass production. This reduces the price for consumers in the long run. Example, electricity companies can spread costs over many customers, making power cheaper. Corporate control and discipline. Monopoly firms must stay efficient, otherwise they can be taken over by competitors. This keeps them focused on better operations. 4. Price stability. Prices in a monopoly market do not change frequently because only one firm controls pricing. Example, railways do not change ticket prices daily, unlike airlines with competition. Government revenue. Monopoly firms pay high taxes, providing the government with huge revenue. Example, oil and telecom companies contribute billions in taxes. 6. Massive profits. No competition equals high sales and profits. These profits help in new product launches and R&D investments. Example, Apple uses profits to develop new iPhones and MacBooks. Short trick to remember, Recipe M, R&D investments. E, economies of scale. C, corporate control. I, increased price stability. Pete, earnings for government. M, monopoly benefits. So, monopoly equals Recipe M. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Disadvantages of monopoly simplified. Consumer exploitation. Monopoly firms have no competition, so they can lower quality and increase prices. Example, a railway company may offer poor service because no other options exist. 2. Unhappy consumers. Bad product quality and rude service because customers have no alternatives. Example, if only one internet provider exists, it may ignore customer complaints. High prices. No competition, no pressure to lower prices. Monopoly firms charge whatever they want. Example, if one company sells life-saving medicine, it can demand any price. 4. Price discrimination. Different consumers pay different prices for the same product. Example, airlines charge different prices for the same seat based on booking time. 5. Low-quality products. No competition means no pressure to improve product quality. Example, if only one company makes a certain mobile phone, it may have poor battery life. 6. Higher costs and inefficiency. Monopolies charge high prices, even if they don't produce efficiently. Example, if only one company supplies electricity, it may waste resources, but still profit. Short trick to remember. CHIP LQ, consumer exploitation. H, high prices. I, inferior goods and services. Price discrimination. L, lack of consumer satisfaction. Q, quality issues. So monopoly equal CHIP LQ. Think of chip quality as bad in monopoly. Firm's equilibrium under monopoly. Simplified, what is equilibrium in monopoly? A monopolist aims to earn maximum profit by adjusting its output and price. Profit is maximized where marginal revenue equals marginal cost, MC. If MR/MC, the firm should increase output to earn more profit. If MR/MC, the firm should reduce output to avoid losses. The firm produces at the output level where MR equals MC. At this level, the firm earns maximum profit. No other output level can give higher profit. 3. Understanding the graph, Fig 5.14. AR, average revenue, and MR, marginal revenue, demand curves. AC, average cost, and MC, marginal cost, cost curves. Point E, the equilibrium where MR equals MC. Quantity Q, optimal output level. Price OP, the price at which output Q is sold. 4. Calculation of profits. Total revenue TR equals price quantity. OQOP equal OQRP. Total cost TC, average cost quantity. OQOC OQSC. Profit equals TR minus TC, CSRP, short trick to remember, meet PEM. MR, MC condition. E, equilibrium at point E. E, expanding output if MR, MC. T, total revenue and total cost calculation. Profit equals TR minus TC. So, monopoly equilibrium equals a meet P. Think of meeting profit in monopoly. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Pricing and output decisions under monopoly simplified. What is pricing and output decision in monopoly? A monopoly firm faces a downward sloping demand curve, meaning if it wants to sell more, it must reduce the price. As a price maker, it sets the price based on market demand. Profit maximization rule. The firm produces at the level where marginal cost, MC equals marginal revenue, MR. Price, P, is always higher than MR stat because of the downward sloping demand curve. Two conditions for monopoly equilibrium. For the monopolist to reach profit maximizing equilibrium, these two conditions must be met. Condition 1, MC equals MR, profit maximization point. Condition 2, MC must cut MR from below, ensuring stability of equilibrium. Graph explanation, Fig 5.15. Point E, where MC cuts MR from below, equilibrium point. OQ, profit maximizing quantity. OP, price charged in the market. 3 assumptions of monopoly. To understand how a monopoly sets prices and output, we assume 1. Only one seller, no competition, only one producer. 2. No closed substitutes, consumers cannot switch to another product. 3. Fixed input prices. The monopolist pays a set price for resources. 4. Profit maximization. The goal is to maximize profit at minimum cost. 5. Large number of buyers. No single buyer can influence the price. 6. Uniform pricing. The monopolist charges the same price to all customers. 7. No entry of other firms. High barriers prevent new firms from entering. Short trick to remember. M, single seller, no competition. P, price maker, firm sets the price. L, large number of buyers. I, input prices are fixed. Tough barriers to entry. M, MC equals MR rule for profit maximization. So monopoly pricing and output equals split M. Think of splitting the market alone. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Monopoly price during short run simplified. 1. What happens in the short run? In the short run, a monopoly can earn high profits, normal profits, or even losses depending on demand and cost conditions. Equilibrium condition. MR equal MC. Profit is maximized or loss is minimized where marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Based on cost and price, 3 scenarios arise. 3 short-run situations in monopoly. 1. Supernormal profit, excess profit. When the selling price, MP, is greater than average cost, the firm makes a high profit per unit, AP, profit per unit, total profit APB in the graph. Example, a power company with no competition may set high prices and earn extra profit. Normal profit, no extra profit, just covering costs. When average revenue AR equals average cost AC, firm breaks even, earns normal profit, no extra gain. Output OM is produced. where SMC equals MR. Example, a government-regulated water supplier selling at cost price, has 3, minimum loss, company is in loss but survives. When AR AC, meaning price is lower than cost. Loss per unit's PA, total loss equals BP is PA, area BPAC in the graph. If price falls below MP, firm must shut down, close down point. Example, a cinema hall with very few customers, ticket prices may not cover costs, but the hall still runs to minimize losses. SNL, supernormal normal loss. S, supernormal profit, high price, high profit. N, normal profit, AR equals AC, just covering costs. Loss, AR AC, but survives. So, monopoly short run, think of a TV show running for profit/loss. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Monopoly price during long run simplified. 1. What happens in the long run? In the long run, a monopoly continues to earn high abnormal profit because no new firms can enter the market. Equilibrium condition, MR equals MC, profit is maximized at this point. If the firm can't recover costs, it must shut down. 2. Key points of long-run monopoly. No new firms, barrier to entry. Unlike in perfect competition, no new firms can enter, so the monopolist keeps making profits. Example, railways are a monopoly because new private firms cannot easily enter the market. 2. Always recovering costs. No losses. In the long run, the monopolist adjusts production and costs to avoid losses. If costs cannot be recovered, the firm shuts down. Example, a government-controlled electricity company ensures it covers its costs to continue operating. 3. Profit maximization at MR equals MC. The firm produces at OQ output, where LMC equals MR. The selling price is OK, higher than cost. Profit per unit equals PR. Total profit equals KLRP, shaded area in graph. Example, a pharmaceutical company holding a patent sets a price high enough to make long-term profits. There's 3, short trick to remember. NP3, no new firms, profits, price cost, profit maximization. No new firms, no competition, monopoly remains. Profits continue, no entry equals high profits. Price cost, firm covers costs, no losses. Profit maximization, MR-MC rule. So monopoly long run equals NP3. Think of new profit 3x, monopoly equals 3x profits. Let me know if you need more simplifications. Comparison of monopoly and perfect competition similarities. Basic idea. Monopoly and perfect competition are 2 extreme market structures. They have some common features, but more differences exist. Key similarities. Goal equals profit maximization. Firms in both markets aim to maximize profits. They follow the same rule, produce where MR equals MC. Example, whether a local vegetable vendor, perfect competition, or a railway company, monopoly, both try to earn the highest profit. Same owner and manager. In both markets, the firm owner is the decision maker. The owner controls production and pricing strategies. Example, a monopoly business like a water supply company and a perfect competition business like a dairy farm, both have owners taking key decisions. Homogeneous product. Products are uniform in both markets. Perfect competition, identical products, e.g. wheat, rice. Monopoly, only one product available, e.g. a patented medicine. Example, all wheat in the market is the same, and a monopolist's electricity supply is identical for all customers. 4. AC and MC curves are U-shaped. Short-run and long-run cost curves, AC and MC, are U-shaped in both markets. This means costs decrease initially, but rise after a certain level. Example, a factory has low costs at moderate production, but high costs at overproduction. 5. Equilibrium at MR equals MC. Both markets reach equilibrium where MR equals MC. This is the point where firms produce the most profitable output. Example, whether a monopoly phone company or a local vegetable seller, they both stop producing when adding extra units is no longer profitable. 6. Short-run profits vary. Firms in both markets can earn supernormal profit, high profit, normal profit, break even, subnormal profit, losses. Example, a monopoly tech company can earn huge profits, while a small vendor in perfect competition might struggle to cover costs. Short trick to remember. Goal equals profit maximization. H, homogeneous prodiger. S, same U-shaped cost curves. T, the equilibrium at MR equals MC. Short-run profit can vary. So monopoly and perfect competition both exist, but monopoly dominates like a ghost. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Comparison, monopoly versus perfect competition. One basic idea, monopoly is one seller, no competition. Perfect competition, many sellers, intense competition. Key differences. Basis, monopoly. Perfect competition. Monopoly, number of firms. Only one firm exists. Many firms compete. 2, nature of product. Unique product, no substitute. Homogeneous products, identical. 3, entry of firms. No entry, restricted by barriers. Free entry, monopoly power. Complete control over market. No control over market. 5, price policy. Price maker decides price. Price taker accepts market price. 6, market knowledge. Incomplete knowledge, full market knowledge. 7, price control. High control over price, no control, depends on market. 8, elasticity of demand. Inelastic demand, customers have fewer choices. Perfectly elastic demand, customers switch easily. 9, AR and MR. MR falls faster. AR. Selling cost. Small selling cost, less advertising needed. No selling cost, since products are identical. 1, demand curve. Slopes downward. Perfectly elastic, lower into decisions. Decides price or quantity, not both. Decides only quantity. Price is fixed by price. Higher in monopoly, lower and equal to minimum cost. No price maps. N, no entry in monopoly. O, one seller in monopoly. P, price maker monopoly versus price taker. R, research needed in monopoly. I, inelastic demand in monopoly. C, control over price, monopoly versus no control. E, elastic demand in perfect competition. M, market knowledge incomplete monopoly versus complete. A, AR, MR in monopoly versus AR equals MR in perfect competition. P, product unique, monopoly versus homogeneous. S, selling cost, small in monopoly, 0 in perfect competition. So just remember no price maps to recall the key differences. Difference, monopolistic competition versus monopoly. 1, basic idea. Monopolistic competition equals many sellers, similar but slightly different products. Branding matters. Monopoly equals only one seller, no close substitutes. 2, key differences. Basis, monopolistic competition. Number of sellers, many sellers. Nature of product. Product differentiation, brands, quality. No differentiation, only one product. 3, elasticity of demand. More elastic, customers have alternatives. Less elastic, few alternatives. 4, selling costs. High selling cost, advertising, marketing. Low selling cost, only information needed. 5, long-run profit. Only normal profit, competition reduces excess profit. Supernormal profit, due to no competition. 6, price discrimination. Not possible, same price for all buyers. Possible, different prices for different buyers. 3, short trick to remember. N, number of sellers, many, monopolistic versus one, monopoly. E, elasticity, more elastic, monopolistic versus less elastic. S, selling cost, high, monopolistic versus low monopoly. Product, differentiated, monopolistic versus single monopoly. Profit, normal, monopolistic versus supernormal monopoly. L, price discrimination, not possible, monopolistics is possible monopoly. Just remember NESPL to recall the differences quickly. Price discrimination, discriminating monopoly, meaning price discrimination equals charging different prices for the same product to different customers. Same product, different prices, but the market is divided into non-competing groups, customers who can't easily switch markets. Movie theater pricing. Front row seats, 100. Balcony seats, 300. VIP seats, 500. The movie is the same, but people pay different prices based on seat location. Definition: price discrimination is charging different prices for the same product or the same price for a differentiated product. Different price, same product, e.g., cinema seats. Same price, slightly different product, e.g., morning and evening show tickets at the same price. Short trick to remember. Customer groups. Different prices for different customers. A, appearance, time, place. Small differences to justify price change. M, market division. Customers can't shift to lower price market. P, pricing strategy. Monopolist decides based on willingness to pay. Just remember, CAMP to recall price discrimination concepts. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Conditions for price discrimination. 1. Meaning. Price discrimination happens when a seller charges different prices for the same product based on various factors. But for this to work, certain conditions must be met. 2. Key conditions. 1. Market imperfections. The market should not be perfectly competitive. The seller must have some control over pricing. Example: a branded smartphone company can charge different prices in different cities. 2. Agreement among rival sellers. If competing sellers agree, they can set different prices for different customers. Example: airlines may set different ticket prices based on an industry pricing agreement. 3. Geographical or tariff barriers. Prices may differ based on location. Sellers charge lower prices in foreign markets to attract buyers. Example: medicine prices are often lower in developing countries than in developed nations. 4. Differentiated products. Some industries naturally allow price discrimination based on product variation. Example: railways charge different rates for transporting coal versus copper. 5. Ignorance of buyers. Buyers who don't compare prices may pay more. Example: custom furniture sellers may charge different rates based on how much a customer is willing to pay. 6. Artificial differences between goods. The same product is presented in different ways to target different buyers. Example: a perfume company sells the same fragrance in a luxury bottle, higher price, and a regular bottle, lower price. 7. Differences in demand. Sellers adjust prices based on demand elasticity, how sensitive buyers are to price changes. Example: Uber charges higher fares during peak hours due to high demand. 3. Short trick to remember. M. Market imperfections. A. Agreement among sellers, geographical barriers. I. Ignorance of buyers. C. Created differences. D. Differentiated products. Artificial differences. D. Differences in demand. Just remember Magic Dad to recall the conditions of price discrimination easily. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Objectives of price discrimination. 1. Meaning. Price discrimination is when a seller charges different prices for the same product in different markets. The main goal is to increase revenue and profits by charging each customer based on their willingness to pay. Key objectives. 1. Maximization of revenue. Charging different prices helps businesses increase total sales revenue. The company extracts more money from customers who are willing to pay higher prices. Example: airlines charge higher prices for last-minute tickets because business travelers are willing to pay more. 2. Prevent consumer switching. Businesses prevent customers from buying at a lower price and reselling at a higher price. This maintains control over pricing and profits. Example: movie theaters charge different prices for morning and evening shows to stop people from reselling tickets at a higher rate. 3. Attain a single market. A monopoly firm controls the market, so it can set prices to maximize its advantage. It adjusts prices based on demand, income, and customer preferences. Example: luxury car brands charge different prices in different countries to maintain a uniform brand image. 4. Reduction in rivals. Price discrimination helps a monopoly firm weaken competitors by setting prices very low in some areas. This is called predatory pricing, where a company sells at a loss to drive competitors out. Example: a large supermarket chain sells products at very low prices to eliminate small local stores. Short trick to remember. M. Maximization of revenue. Prevent consumer switching. Attain a single market. Reduction in rivals. Just remember MPAR to recall the objectives of price discrimination easily. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Types of price discrimination. Meaning, price discrimination is when a seller charges different prices for the same product to different buyers. There are 3 main types of price discrimination. 2. Types of price discrimination. 1. First-degree price discrimination, personalized pricing. The seller charges the maximum price that each buyer is willing to pay. Goal: take away entire consumer surplus, extra money a buyer was willing to save. Example: a doctor charges higher fees to rich patients and lower fees to poor patients based on their ability to pay. Second-degree price discrimination, block pricing. Prices vary based on quantity purchased. Larger quantities get lower prices. Goal: capture major part of consumer surplus, not all. Example: electricity companies charge higher rates for initial units and lower rates for extra usage to encourage bulk consumption. 3. Third-degree price discrimination, market-based pricing. The seller divides customers into different groups based on demand and charges different prices. Goal: maximize profit by setting price based on elasticity of demand in each group. Example: train tickets have lower prices for students and higher prices for business travelers since they have different purchasing power. 3. Short trick to remember. FST. F. First degree, full price for each buyer. Second degree, size quantity-based pricing. T. Third degree, target market-based pricing. Just remember FST to recall the types of price discrimination easily. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Tools of price discrimination. Meaning, price discrimination tools help businesses charge different prices to different customers based on their willingness to pay. These tools maximize profits by segmenting customers and applying different pricing strategies. 2. Types of price discrimination tools. 1. Coupons. Businesses offer discount coupons to certain customers, making them pay less. Helps companies attract price-sensitive customers, while others pay full price. Example: discount coupons in newspapers or online shopping apps. 2. Rebates. Customers get a part of their money back after purchasing, used as a sales promotion tactic to encourage purchases. Example: cashback offers on smartphones or appliances. 3. Volume discounts. Customers get lower prices per unit when they buy in bulk. Encourages larger purchases to increase revenue. Example: buy 2, get 1 free offers or wholesale discounts. 4. Segregated markets. Businesses divide customers based on demand elasticity and charge different prices. Higher price for inelastic demand, less sensitive to price, and lower price for elastic demand, more sensitive to price. Example: senior citizen discounts, student discounts, airline ticket pricing. 3. Short trick to remember, CRVS. C. Coupons, cashback offers. Then, volume discounts, bulk buying. S. Segregated markets, different prices for different groups. Just remember CRVs to recall the tools of price discrimination easily. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Dumping. International price discrimination. 1. Meaning, Dumping is when companies sell a product at a lower price in a foreign market than in their domestic market. This is a type of price discrimination at the international level. Companies use dumping to increase market share in foreign countries, even if they make a temporary loss. 2. Definitions. Haberler's definition: selling goods abroad at a lower price than in the home market, considering transport costs. Weiner's definition: selling some of the product at a low price abroad while keeping higher prices in the domestic market. Why do companies use dumping? 1. Monopoly at home. They charge high prices domestically, but lower prices abroad to stay competitive. 2. Tough competition abroad. To survive, they reduce prices in foreign markets. 3. Clearing old stock. Sell outdated or excess products cheaply in foreign markets. 4. Excess production. If local demand is low, they sell extra stock internationally at lower prices. 4 Krugman's conditions for dumping. 1. Imperfect competition. Firms set their own prices, not market-driven. 2. Market segmentation. Domestic consumers can't buy the cheaper exports easily. 5. Government actions against dumping. Some governments make dumping illegal to protect local industries. They impose anti-dumping duties, extra tax, on such imports. The fair price of a product is estimated based on foreign production costs. 6. Real-world examples. China's steel dumping. China sold steel cheaper internationally than in its domestic market, causing tariffs from the US. Pharmaceutical companies. Some medicines are cheaper in developing countries than in developed ones. Electronics. Old models of phones or laptops are sold at lower prices abroad to clear stock. 7. Short trick to remember. M-Tech. M. Monopoly at home. High prices locally. T. Tough competition abroad. Lower prices internationally. E. Excess production. Stock clearance. C. Countered by anti-dumping duty actions. Just remember MT-Tech to recall the concept of dumping easily. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Types of dumping. Meaning of dumping. Dumping happens when a company sells goods at a lower price in foreign markets than in the domestic market. It is a strategy to gain market share, clear excess stock, or eliminate competitors. 2 types of dumping. 1. Sporadic dumping, occasional. Happens unexpectedly when there is excess stock that a company needs to sell quickly. The company keeps domestic prices high, but sells extra products cheaply abroad. Goal: reduce losses, introduce the product to a new market, or eliminate foreign competition. Example: a car company has unsold cars at the end of the year, so it sells them at discounted prices in another country. 2. Persistent dumping, continuous. Happens regularly when a company always sells at high prices domestically and low prices internationally. Reason: domestic demand is less elastic. People buy even if prices are high, but foreign demand is highly elastic. Small price change equals big demand change. Example: a pharmaceutical company sells medicines cheaply in Africa, but expensively in Europe due to different demand conditions. Predatory dumping, destroy competitors. The company deliberately sells at a loss in a foreign market to force competitors out. Once competitors shut down, the company increases prices and makes huge profits. Example: a Chinese electronics company sells TVs below cost in India, driving local brands out of business. Later, it raises prices and recovers losses. 3 short trick to remember. SPP. Sporadic, stock. Persistent, permanent low foreign price. Predatory, price war to kill competition. Just remember SPP, and you can easily recall the 3 types of dumping. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Effects of dumping. Dumping affects both the importing, buyer, and exporting seller countries in different ways. Measure 1 effects on the importing country, buyer. 1. Short-term dumping. Local businesses lose sales because people buy cheaper imported goods. 2. Long-term dumping. Local industries may shut down due to continuous low-priced imports. 3. Consumer goods dumping. People get used to cheap goods, but when dumping stops, demand drops suddenly. 4. Capital goods dumping. Industries set up using cheap imported machines may collapse when imports stop. 5. Predatory dumping. Initially, prices are low, but once local competitors are destroyed, prices rise, hurting consumers. 6. High tariffs, import tax, do not always help, as companies may still sell at a loss. 7. Low tariffs may be beneficial if they help keep prices low without harming domestic industries. Example: if China dumps cheap steel in India, Indian steel factories struggle and may close. Later, China raises prices and India suffers. 2. Effects on the exporting country. Seller. 1. High domestic prices. Local consumers may pay more while foreigners enjoy cheaper products. More production. Increased production lowers costs, which may benefit local consumers. 3. Employment rise. More production, more jobs, workers needed for factories. 4. Foreign exchange earnings. Selling in foreign markets improves the trade balance. Example: if the USA dumps cheap medicines in Africa, African people benefit, but American consumers may pay higher prices. Short trick to remember. SCORE. S. Short-term effect. Business loss. C. Consumer demand change. Cheap price rise. Overproduction and employment. More jobs in exporting country. R. Rising foreign earnings. More trade in forex. Just remember SCORE, and you can easily recall the effects of dumping. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Anti-dumping measures. To stop dumping, countries take different steps to protect their industries and prevent unfair competition. 1. Tariff duty, import tax. Government increases tax on the dumped product. This makes the dumped product expensive, stopping the unfair price advantage. The tax should match the price difference between local and dumped goods. Risk. If the tax is too high, it can harm other imports and raise overall prices. Example: if China dumps cheap steel in India, India imposes a tax on Chinese steel to increase its price and protect local steel companies. NAC 2. Import quota, limited imports. Limits the amount of a product that can be imported. Ensures only a fixed quantity or value enters the country. May also control the foreign exchange given to importers to prevent excess imports. Example: the USA limits the number of Japanese cars imported yearly to protect American car manufacturers. Import embargo. Full ban. A complete ban on certain goods from the dumping country. Can be partial, specific goods, or total, all goods. Example: if China dumps solar panels in the EU can ban all Chinese solar panel imports. 4. Voluntary export restraint, VR. Bilateral agreement between two countries. The exporting country agrees to limit exports to the importing country. Used mostly between developed and developing countries. Example: India and the EU signed a VER to limit Indian textile exports to Europe. #5 short trick to remember. TQEV. Tax on imports. Q. Quota. Limit on imports. E. Embargo. Ban on imports. V. Voluntary export restraint. Just remember TQEV, and you can easily recall the anti-dumping measures. Let me know if you need more simplifications. Is price discrimination profitable? Price discrimination is profitable only if the price elasticity of demand is different in two markets. If it is the same, then price discrimination won't help because the total revenue remains unchanged. 1. What is price elasticity of demand? Elastic demand equals customers are very sensitive to price changes. Inelastic demand equals customers are less sensitive to price changes. If demand elasticity varies in different markets, the seller can charge different prices to maximize profit. Formula for more marginal revenue, MR. MR equals AR, right, where MR equals marginal revenue, AR equals average revenue, selling price, E equals price elasticity of demand. 3. Example: two markets A and B, market price, elasticity E. MR calculation, MR value. 10 times 3 nails right, This 6.67991089 MR is different both markets. So the businessman will shift more products to market B, where MR is higher. This shifting will continue until MR in market A equals MR in market B, meaning equilibrium is reached. 4. Key takeaways. Price discrimination is only profitable if elasticity is different in two markets. Businessmen charge higher prices where demand is inelastic, less price sensitive. They lower prices where demand is elastic, more price sensitive to sell more. Equilibrium is reached when MR in both markets becomes equal. 5. Short trick to remember. EDMR. Elasticity should be different in markets. Demand sensitivity. Higher price where demand is less elastic. M. Marginal revenue. Higher MR attracts more supply. R. Revenue balancing. Equilibrium reached when MRA equals MRB. Just remember E to MR, and you'll never forget this concept. Let me know if you need more simplifications. Oligopoly. Simple explanation. 1. What is oligopoly? Oligopoly is a market structure where a few large firms dominate the industry. These firms compete closely, and their decisions affect each other. If one company changes price, product, or promotion, competitors react immediately with their own strategies. This creates a game-like situation where firms continuously respond to each other's moves. Example: if Pepsi lowers its price, Coca-Cola will also reduce its price to stay competitive. If Maruti launches a new car, Hyundai might introduce a similar model. Definitions of oligopoly. PC Dooley, a market with a few sellers offering similar or different products. Mansfield, a market with few firms and high interdependence. Grinnell's, a market where firms influence each other but don't have full control. McConnell, a market where each firm must consider competitors before setting prices. 3 types of oligopoly. 1. With product differentiation. Companies sell similar but slightly different products. Example: Pepsi versus Coca-Cola, Samsung's Apple smartphones. 2. Without product differentiation. Companies sell identical products, also called competition among a few. Example: cement industry, steel industry. 4 examples of oligopoly in India. Automobile industry, Maruti, Hyundai, Tata, Mahindra. Cold drink industry, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. Telecom industry, Jio, Airtel, Vodafone Idea. Cement industry, Ultratech, ACC, Ambuja. 5 short trick to remember. P. Price competition. Firms react to each other's price changes. I. Interdependence. One firm's move affects others. C. Competition. Rival firms constantly counter each other. Game-like strategies, moves and countermoves. Just remember, pick G, and you'll never forget oligopoly. Let me know if you... Characteristics of oligopoly. Simple explanation. 1. What are the features of oligopoly? Oligopoly has a few big firms competing closely, and their decisions affect each other. Let's break it down. 1. Interdependence. Every firm depends on others' actions. If one company changes price, product, or ads, competitors react immediately. Example: if Jio reduces prices, Airtel and Vodafone Idea also lower prices. Importance of advertising. Since competition is tough, firms spend heavily on marketing. Advertising is key to gaining market share or maintaining it. Example: Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. They spend millions on ads. 3. Group behavior. Oligopoly is about group decisions rather than individual actions. Firms might not always aim for max profit but focus on group strategies. Example: airlines often match prices rather than competing aggressively. Indeterminate demand curve. Demand is unpredictable because firms react to competitors. If one firm changes price, demand depends on how rivals react. Example: if Maruti reduces car prices, Hyundai's sales might drop, or they may also reduce prices. 5. Few sellers. Only a small number of firms dominate the market. Every firm has significant market power. Example, in India's telecom market, only Jio, Airtel, and Vodafone Idea are the key players. 6. Aggressive and defensive marketing. Firms fight for market share using ads and promotions. Some firms attack rivals aggressively, while others defend their market share. Example, Apple versus Samsung, always launching better phones to stay ahead. Competition and combination. Competition can be harsh, cutthroat pricing, or cooperative alliances. Sometimes firms form secret agreements, cartels, to control prices. Example, OPEC, oil-producing countries, controls oil supply and prices. 8. Identical or differentiated products. Oligopoly firms sell either same or different products. 1. Identical products, raw materials, steel, cement, petroleum. 2. Differentiated products, branded goods, cars, mobile phones, soft drinks. Example, Tata Steel versus JSW Steel, same product, and Coca-Cola versus Pepsi, different product. And 9. Small number of large firms. Few large firms dominate the market. Each firm has more control than in perfect competition, but less than a monopoly. Example, automobile industry, Maruti, Hyundai, Tata, Mahindra. Short trick to remember, fig passus. Few sellers. I, NG, group behavior. P, price and advertising war. 8. Aggressive and defensive marketing. C, competition and combination. I, identical differentiated products. Small number of large firms. Just remember fig passus, and you'll never forget oligopoly features. Let me know if you need more simplifications. Advantages of oligopoly. Simple explanation. What are the benefits of oligopoly? In an oligopoly, a few big firms dominate the market, leading to several advantages. Let's break them down. 1. High profits. Few firms, less competition, more profits. Market leaders control prices and demand, ensuring they earn big. Example, Apple, Samsung, and Google make huge profits in the smartphone industry. 2. Parent companies earn more. Many brands belong to one parent company. No matter which brand sells, the parent company wins. Example, PepsiCo owns Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Mirinda, so profits go to PepsiCo. Act 3. Price control. Firms fix prices as they dominate the market. Though illegal, cartels, some firms still manipulate prices. Example, OPEC, oil cartel, controls oil prices worldwide. 4. Long-term stability. Top firms remain dominant for a long time. Hard for new companies to enter due to high entry barriers. Example, Indian Telecom is controlled by Jio, Airtel, and Vodafone Idea. 5. Innovation and R&D. Huge profits equals more investment in new products. Companies improve tech, quality, and services. Example, Tesla invests in new EV technologies due to high profits. 6. Lower production costs. Firms producing similar goods collaborate, reducing costs. Bulk production equals economies of scale. Example, automakers like Toyota and Suzuki share technology to reduce costs. 7. Easy price comparison for customers. Fewer options, easy to compare prices and features. Example, choosing between Airtel, Jio, and V is easier than comparing 50 telecom firms. 8. Competitive pricing. Companies still compete to attract customers. Keeps prices reasonable. Example, Flipkart and Amazon offer discounts and sales to beat each other. 9. Stable market prices. Prices don't change frequently, so customers can plan expenses easily. Prevents major economic fluctuations. Example, the automobile industry maintains stable car prices, unlike fluctuating stock prices. Short trick to remember, hip clip CS. I, innovation and R&D. Parent companies earn more. Cost reduction, lower production cost. L, long-term stability. Identifiable price comparison, price control. C, competitive pricing. Stable market prices. Just remember, hit click, and you'll never forget the benefits of oligopoly. Let me know if you need more simplifications. Disadvantages of oligopoly, simple explanation. What are the problems with oligopoly? While oligopoly offers benefits, it also has several drawbacks. Let's break them down simply. 1. Price manipulation. Hurts customers. Big firms set prices as they want. If prices are too high, customers suffer. Example: petrol prices controlled by OPEC may be artificially high. Small businesses struggle to succeed. New and creative ideas from small firms often fail. Big firms control the market, so innovation is often stolen or ignored. Example: startups in the smartphone industry find it hard to compete with Apple and Samsung. Market dominance blocks new brands. Big firms own most of the market, leaving no space for new brands. Hard for small businesses to become famous. Example: local soft drink brands can't compete with Pepsi and Coca-Cola. As 4. Lack of innovation. Less competition equals less motivation to improve products. Companies don't need to innovate since they already dominate the market. Example: Microsoft dominated PC software for years with little improvement in Windows versions. New companies face high entry barriers. New firms struggle to enter due to high costs, regulations, and competition. Only big firms make huge profits, leaving little for smaller ones. Example: Tesla struggled to enter the auto industry dominated by Ford and Toyota. Short trick to remember: plain. P. Price manipulation. E. Lack of innovation. A. Absence of small brands. Ideas from small firms fail. New companies face entry barriers. Just remember plain, and you'll never forget the drawbacks of oligopoly. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Price determination and firms' equilibrium in oligopoly. Why is price determination uncertain in oligopoly? In oligopoly, there is no fixed rule for setting prices. This happens because firms depend on each other's decisions. Rivals react differently, making it hard to predict price and output. How do firms behave in oligopoly? 1. Cooperation. Some firms work together to set prices. 2. Competition. Some firms fight for market share by lowering prices. 3. Agreements. Some firms make secret deals to avoid competition. Because of these behaviors, economists created different models to explain price determination. 2 major price determination models. 1. Non-collusive oligopoly model, kinked demand curve, Sweezy model. Assumes that rivals react differently to price changes. If a firm raises prices, others won't follow, so customers switch. If a firm lowers prices, others also lower, leading to price wars. This creates a kinked demand curve. Firms avoid price changes. Example: if Coca-Cola increases its price, Pepsi won't increase, so Coca-Cola loses customers. 2. Collusive oligopoly model, secret agreement. Firms join hands to fix prices instead of competing. They may form a cartel, like OPEC for oil, helps firms avoid price wars and increase profits. But it hurts customers because there's no competition. Example: airlines sometimes agree on ticket prices to prevent losses. Short trick to remember: oligopoly has no fixed price rule. Competition and kinked demand curve. Just remember OCC, and you'll easily recall price determination models in oligopoly. Let me know if you need further clarifications. Kinked demand curve in oligopoly. What is the kinked demand curve model? Developed by Paul M. Sweezy and Hall and Hitch. Purpose: explains why prices remain stable in oligopoly. Key idea: firms react differently to price increases and decreases. 1. Price increase. No one follows. If one firm raises prices, others don't increase. Customers switch to competitors. Sales drop sharply, so firms avoid price hikes. Example: if Coca-Cola increases its price, Pepsi keeps its price low. Customers switch to Pepsi and Coca-Cola loses business. 2. Price decrease. Everyone follows. If one firm lowers prices, others also cut prices. No extra customers gained because competitors also reduce prices. Profit margins shrink, so firms avoid price wars. Example: if Pepsi lowers its price, Coca-Cola does the same. In the end, no one benefits, and both lose profits. Why is price stable in oligopoly? Firms fear price wars. Cutting prices hurts everyone. Firms fear losing customers if they increase prices, so prices remain unchanged for a long time. Real-world example: mobile network companies Airtel, Jio keep similar pricing. No one wants to start a price war or lose customers. Short trick to remember: Kiwi, kinked demand curve. I, increase price. No one follows, sales drop. W, when price falls, everyone follows, no profit gain. I, in oligopoly, prices remain stable. Just remember kiwi, like the fruit. It will help recall the kinked demand curve concept easily. Let me know if you need any more simplifications. Assumptions of kinked demand curve. What is it? The kinked demand curve model explains why prices in an oligopoly remain stable for a long time. To understand this, economists have made some assumptions. Assumptions of the model. 1. Few firms exist. Oligopoly has only a small number of firms controlling the market. 2. Products are similar. The goods sold are close substitutes, e.g., Pepsi and Coca-Cola. 3. No product differentiation. All firms offer same quality products, so competition is based on price. 4. No advertising costs. Companies don't spend on marketing in this model. 5. Fixed market price. There is a prevailing market price that all firms agree upon. 6. Firms react to competitors. Each firm watches competitors before making decisions. Price cuts are matched. If one company lowers its price, others will follow to maintain customers. Price increases are ignored. If one company raises its price, others don't follow. Customers switch to cheaper firms. 9. Marginal cost doesn't affect output. Even if production cost changes, firms keep output the same because prices remain stable. Short trick to remember: FPN, FPPPM. Few firms. P, products are similar. N, no differentiation. Price cuts are matched. P, price increases ignored. M, marginal cost change doesn't affect output. Just remember FPN, FPPPM. This will help you recall all assumptions easily. Let me know if you need more simplifications. Kinked demand curve explanation. What is the kinked demand curve? The kinked demand curve model explains why prices in an oligopoly remain stable even when costs change. It was developed by Paul Sweezy. Key idea: if one firm reduces the price, competitors follow to avoid losing customers. If one firm increases the price, competitors don't follow, and customers shift to cheaper firms. This creates a kink bend in the demand curve, leading to price rigidity, sticky prices. Graph explanation. Figure 5.19, kinked demand curve. MP equals existing market price. OM equals quantity of output sold. DD equals kinked demand curve. Point P equals kink, the point where price stability occurs. Upper segment above P, elastic. If a firm raises the price, competitors don't follow. Customers switch to cheaper firms, sales drop sharply, firm loses. This makes the upper part of the curve highly elastic. Small price change, big sales loss. Lower segment below P, inelastic. If a firm lowers the price, competitors also lower prices to keep customers. No significant increase in market share for the price-cutting firm. This makes the lower part of the curve inelastic. Price drop, big sales gain. Why prices don't change? Firms don't increase prices, fear of losing customers. Firms don't decrease prices, fear of price war. All competitors lower prices. Result: prices remain stable, rigid, at the prevailing level. Short trick to remember. P, price is stable, rigid. R, reactions of competitors decide elasticity. Kink is at the prevailing price. Just remember, PRK, price is stable, E actions matter, kink exists. Let me know if you need further simplifications. Criticisms of the kink demand curve. Major limitations of the kink demand curve model. The kink demand curve model has some drawbacks that make it incomplete in explaining price behavior in oligopoly markets. 1. Does not explain how prices are set. The model only explains why prices remain stable, but it does not explain how firms initially decide the price. Even though Hall and Hitch provided another version, it still does not give a clear answer. Example, if a mobile company like Samsung sells a phone at $50,000, the kink demand curve does not explain why $50,000 was chosen in the first place. It only says that the price will remain stable. Does not explain price output decisions. The model assumes that firms react to price changes, but it does not consider how they decide their production levels. In some oligopolies, firms work together, collusion, and set prices, meaning no kink is formed. Example, companies like OPEC, oil-producing countries, set oil prices together. They don't follow the kink demand curve because they decide prices through agreements. 3. Works only in a recession, depression, not in a boom. The model suggests that prices remain stable even when demand falls, recession. However, when demand rises, boom, firms may increase prices, so the kinked demand curve does not hold true. Example, during COVID-19, airline ticket prices remained stable due to low demand, depression. But when demand increased later, airlines raised prices. The kink demand curve fails to explain this behavior. Only applies to some oligopolies. The model mainly applies to differentiated oligopolies, where firms sell similar but not identical products. It does not work well in all types of oligopolies, especially when the marginal cost curve changes significantly. Example, in the soft drink industry, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, prices remain stable. But in steel or cement industries, where production costs fluctuate, firms do change prices, making the kink demand model less useful. Short trick to remember. PIBD. P. Price setting is not explained. I. Ignores price output decisions. B. Boom situations are not covered. D. Differentiated oligopoly focus. Just remember, rice setting missing, I ignored output, B boom not covered, differentiated oligopoly focus. Let me know if you need further clarification. Collusive oligopoly. What is collusive oligopoly? In an oligopoly, a few firms dominate the market. Instead of competing, these firms may agree on prices and production levels. This secret or open agreement between firms to reduce competition is called collusion. Formal collusion is illegal in most countries, so firms often use hidden, tacit agreements. Example, imagine airlines secretly agreeing to keep ticket prices high. This reduces competition and ensures all airlines earn high profits. Types of collusion in oligopoly. 1. Perfect collusion, cartels. Firms form a group, cartel, and jointly decide prices and output. They act like a monopoly by fixing high prices and limiting production. This is illegal in many countries because it harms consumers. Example, OPEC, oil-producing countries, is a cartel that controls oil prices by limiting supply. 2. Imperfect collusion, price leadership. One firm, dominant firm, sets the price and others follow. No formal agreement, but smaller firms adjust prices based on the leader. This is more common and sometimes legal. Example, if Reliance Jio reduces telecom prices, Airtel and V may follow without any agreement. Short trick to remember, CPI, C. Collusion, firms agree to avoid competition. P. Perfect collusion, or total agreement, like OPEC. I. Imperfect collusion, price leadership, one firm sets the price. Just remember, CP illusion, perfect, I'm perfect. Let me know if you need more clarity. OPEC. Conditions for successful collusion in oligopoly. Collusion happens when oligopoly firms secretly or openly agree to control prices and output to reduce competition and increase profits. However, collusion doesn't always succeed. For it to work, certain conditions must be met. 5 key conditions for successful collusion firms in the market. When the number of firms is small, collusion is easier because it's simpler to coordinate and maintain agreements. If too many firms exist, some may break the agreement to gain more customers. Example: if only 5 telecom companies exist, they can agree on high call rates. But if 20 companies exist, some may break the agreement by offering lower prices. 2. Easy to detect price cuts. Firms may secretly reduce prices by offering better delivery, discounts, or extra services. If firms cannot monitor each other's hidden discounts, collusion fails. Example: a car company in a cartel may not lower its sticker price, but offers free insurance and maintenance, secretly attracting more customers. No new competitors. Entry barriers needed. If new firms can enter easily, the cartel loses its power because new competitors undercut prices. For long-term success, entry barriers, high investment, government restrictions, patents are needed. Example: collusion in the pharma industry is easier because high R&D costs prevent new firms from entering easily. Stable market demand. If demand keeps changing, firms may disagree on how much to produce or charge. Stable demand makes it easier to keep prices fixed and avoid conflicts. Example: in electricity supply, demand remains stable, so collusion is easier. But in fashion trends, demand changes rapidly, making collusion hard. 5. Low risk of government action. Antitrust laws. Many countries have antitrust laws that ban collusion to protect consumers. If there is a high risk of legal action, firms may avoid collusion or keep it secret. Example: the European Union has fined companies billions for price fixing, making open collusion risky. Short trick to remember: feast. Few firms, small number of firms, make collusion easier. Easy to detect price cuts. Secret discounts should be hard to hide. Avoid new competitors, need strong entry barriers. Stable demand, less uncertainty equals easier collusion. Trust and no legal fear, less government action, safer collusion. Just remember: feast, firms, easy detection, avoid competition, stable demand, trust, low legal fear. Let me know if you need more clarity. Cartels and perfect collusion in oligopoly. What is a cartel? A cartel is a group of independent firms that agree to fix prices, control output, or divide markets to reduce competition. Cartels help firms increase prices and profits, but are often unstable because members may cheat for more profits. 2 types of cartels. 1. Centralized cartel. A single organization board makes decisions for all firms regarding pricing, output quota, how much each firm can produce, profit distribution. Example: OPEC, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, sets oil prices and production limits for its member countries. How it works: the cartel calculates total industry demand. Each firm's output is set based on cost and efficiency. The goal is maximum joint profits, like a monopoly. 2. Market-sharing cartel. Firms divide the market but compete in different ways. Non-price competition. Firms agree on a fixed price but compete using better quality, branding, and services. Firms cannot change price but can improve design or offer discounts. If costs are different, high-cost firms still make profits. Example: Coca-Cola and Pepsi may agree on prices, but compete in marketing, packaging, or promotions. Problem: low-cost firms may secretly lower prices, leading to cartel failure. Market sharing by quota. Firms agree to produce a fixed quantity at a set price. Sometimes the market is divided geographically, e.g., Firm A sells in North, Firm B in South. If all firms have same costs, cartel can maximize profits. If costs differ, firms bargain to decide quotas. Example: Two airlines may divide routes instead of competing on the same routes. Problem: if one firm lowers prices or increases production, the cartel collapses. Short trick to remember: CAMP. C. Centralized cartel. One board controls prices and output. A. Agreed price and market sharing. Firms sell at the same price. M. Market divided geographically or by output quota. Profits maximized but temporary. Cartels eventually break down. Just remember: CAMP, C, centralized cartel, greed price, market sharing, profits temporary. Let me know if you need more clarity. Price collusion and price leadership in oligopoly. What is price collusion? In oligopoly, few firms dominate the market. Instead of competing, they may collude, secretly cooperate, to control prices and avoid price wars. One common form is price leadership, where a dominant firm sets the price and others follow. How it works? Leader. A large or low-cost firm sets the price. Other firms, followers, smaller firms, accept the leader's price and adjust their output. Goal: avoid competition and maintain stable prices. Example: think of Reliance Jio in the telecom industry. If Jio reduces prices, other firms like Airtel and V are forced to follow. Assumptions of price leadership. 1. Only two firms, A and B, exist. Both firms sell identical products. 3. Market demand is split equally between them. Firm A has lower production costs than Firm B. How prices are set. Low-cost firm, leader, sets the price at P2, selling quantity Q2. High-cost firms, followers, would prefer price P3, but they would lose customers, so they are forced to accept P2 to stay in the market. If the leader reduces price to P, it could eliminate competitors and become a monopoly. However, anti-monopoly laws prevent this. Short trick to remember: LAF. L. Leader sets price. A. Firms adjust output. Just remember: leader sets price, all follow, firms adjust. Let me know if you need more clarity. Difference between monopoly and oligopoly. Basis of difference: monopoly. Oligopoly. 1. Number of firms: only one firm dominates the market. Few firms dominate the market. 2. Nature of product: single product, no competition, differentiated or homogeneous products. 3. Entry of firms: no entry for new firms. Restricted entry and exit for firms. 4. Monopoly power: full control over the market, limited control due to competition. 5. Control over price: seller sets the price freely. Firms have some control, but competition affects pricing. Simple examples. Monopoly: Indian Railways, only one provider. Oligopoly: telecom industry, Airtel, Jio, Vi. NEC-PC: number of firms, one versus few. E. Entry restriction: no entry, control over price. Control over price is limited. Product nature: single versus differentiated. Competition: none versus some. Just remember NEC-PC to recall the differences quickly. Difference between monopolistic competition and oligopoly. Key differences. Basis of difference: monopolistic competition. It's oligopoly. 1. Number of sellers: many sellers in the market. Few dominant sellers. 2. Demand curve: slopes downward, higher price equal lower demand. Kinked demand curve: price changes are uncertain. 3. Price determination: firms set their own prices. Prices depend on competitors' actions. 4. Relation between firms: firms act independently. Firms react to each other's decisions. 5. Product differentiation: always differentiated products. Branding matters. May be identical, cement, or differentiated, cars. Simple examples. Monopolistic competition: clothing brands, Nike, Adidas, Puma. Oligopoly: airline industry, Indigo, Air India, SpiceJet. Short trick to remember, NDPRP. Number of sellers, many versus few. D, demand curve, sloping versus kinked. P, price determination, independent versus influenced. R, relation between firms, independent versus interdependent. P, product differentiation, always versus maybe. Just remember NDPRP to recall the differences quickly.